Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Real Serious Podcast, back with Charles, Jack, and Hunter. And I did just notice we are 10 episodes away from 1 year of this podcast. Isn't that insane?
Wait, when did Jack join? Was it around like 20, 25 maybe?
I think so. I think
Earlier?
around 2025.
Okay. Damn.
I think he was a guest in the teens and then he came back full time in the 20s.
No, because he was a guest and then he came back the episode following that guest episode as full
that's
time.
right. Yeah, Jack, when is your podiversary?
I'm pulling it up.
All right. This is
He's
great start to the
pulling
pod. So for those who can't see us right now, we are all dressed up for Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween to the boys. I realize now that we're talking about this, we probably should have done this last week when we talked about Halloween and not the following week. But yeah, no, we're dressed up for Halloween. I think for those who can't see, we'll say who we are. Jack, who are you? Who are you dressed up as?
I'm Batman.
I'm Vengeance.
I'm Batman. Yeah. Why do you just have that in your room?
What, the mask?
Yeah.
What's my Halloween costume?
Oh, okay. I thought you just like had that to the side.
No,
And
no,
then
no.
Charles is not dressed up.
No,
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
I couldn't find a costume.
Yeah,
So
he just dresses like this normally.
yeah, it was actually this or I was telling Hunter, Jack, before he got on, it was either this or a carrot, but the carrot it goes over my head, but the stem doesn't stick up well, and it doesn't like wrap your head like this does. And I like this fits more like a sock, and I feel like it's kind of funnier because it fits like a sock. So I opted for the glizzy.
You're
So
the best glizzy I've ever seen, Charlie.
I would.
You can't even see the mustard.
Oh, there it is. I wanted to do something that's true to this podcast. So instead of just being any cowboy, I've decided to be Tyler Owens from Twisters. So that is my. If you can feel it, chase it.
That's so fitting.
And also, this arrived this week, and I thought that was fitting as well.
Oh,
My
that's
Twister
sweet.
Steelbook. Yeah, I'm very
That is
hyped.
beautiful.
Yeah, I got that one, and then this one also arrived this week. My Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's it was a good week for mail in the old household. I'm not gonna lie. But
Speaking of really quick, I pulled up the I did pull up the number of the podcast. It was number 20. 20 is the one where
I was right. Yeah, the teen he was in, and then he joined
Wow.
the 20s. Great.
Yeah, 20 was the Furiosa, and then I officially joined on the Star Wars, which was 21.
Bad
okay.
call.
So I gotta wait for 72. So I'm
72 will be your
ways
1 year
away.
anniversary. Where would that put us? In the background, I'm gonna look up when that would put us to see what movie that would be. All right. What have we been watching? Oh, but first we want to do some football talk. We've been doing football talk the last few weeks.
Honestly,
there it is. The Signetti towel.
we'll talk about IU first because that.
Jack, I should have asked you to get me an extra one. I should have asked you to just grab one.
If there's any more, I promise I'll collect as many as
Okay.
possible, and I'll
Please.
make sure
Keep
to
an
give you
eye
guys
out.
something.
I'd
Please.
love
will.
one.
Of course.
There, it's the Hoosiers are a
The
wagon
Hoosiers are good. Why are we still ranked 13?
because no one lost above us. That's the only reason.
There was no one we could hop over. The only person that
Yeah.
I think moved over us was Texas A&M, and that was because they beat LSU. So
But then LSU dropped below us, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
it
so it didn't
they
do anything.
switched.
I don't know. Watching OSU put up that performance against Nebraska after
made me happy.
I think the real thing also was the Michigan State game. They both did not look good, and we go back to back Michigan State.
I didn't watch that game.
They were not great.
It's so tight.
So,
But we
pretty
play
high.
away at MSU. Was Michigan away when they
Michigan
played?
is home. So
Nope.
it was at Michigan,
Oh,
and we
okay.
play at Michigan State, and then Michigan's at home, and then we go to Ohio State. Our next 4, we only have 4 games left in the season.
Yeah,
2
and
home
Purdue's
games left.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the Hoosiers are great. The Lions, not a great offensive day. I'll be honest. Field position put us in great spots, but the offense did not look really that great. But it was just it was is a shit pumping. Like they were just so much better.
Special teams was the winners. Special teams was amazing for you guys today.
They were so good special teams wise. Like being there was just incredible.
The Titans are a sorry team, and I'm
they kind of quit.
Very happy to see them being.
That was a fire everyone game. That was no joke. Like if they get on the plane after tonight, I'd be shocked.
So it was a great day to take the line spread. So
and people were saying that was the one that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah,
which I don't know what they were thinking, but so that's football talk. Good. Unless you guys want to talk about the Colts.
I thought about wearing a Colts jersey and
dressing up as a clown.
And being a clown, yeah. Yep, I did think about that. So we can just leave it. Unless Jack,
I'll give you. Can I give you my thoughts?
Sure.
Okay. Flacco is great, and you should be playing Flacco. Anthony Richardson is exactly who I think everyone thought he was going to be. He has the big play. He can throw it like nobody's business, but he's just not very accurate.
So
I feel like that is what was promised, though.
He's at his best when he has to make the big play. Like if it's second half, fourth quarter, he makes the big plays, he makes the throws, but then our receivers drop them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the first half, like every receiver's open, he just can't make the throws. So it's like they're never on the same. Because did you watch that last drive, Jack? I assume you did.
I was driving back from the Lions.
He probably had 3 drops, and realistically, if one of those had been a catch, he needed one more good 15-yard throw, and we would have been in field goal range, and it would have gone to OT, assuming our kicker. So like.
His time management was pretty bad, though. I mean, like the run was complete. I mean, while it cashed in my parlay, it was completely unnecessary.
This cowboy hat is really affecting my headphones.
If he had gone out of bounds, it would have been fine because it was like a 15-yard pickup. I don't know. I do think we should bench Richardson, especially after that end of the first half pick or interception. Like
the defense did their part. I mean, the defense did. I mean, a good job. Like. I don't know. I just thought this was too big of a game to lose, and I thought we honestly were going to start Flacco, and the fact that we didn't, like, kind of made me a little upset. But
we should have, yeah.
I don't know. I keep saying that the progression of Richardson is the key to the season, but at the same time, I just feel like we've seen nothing but the same stuff from him, like every single game he's played. So I just I don't know, because like the defenses honestly look good. Like everyone else looks pretty good as well, and it's like
you can tell he's getting pissed himself. Like in the first few weeks, he would kind of smile and shake his head after a bad play, and now he's like getting pissed.
Dude, he took himself out. That was like the thing that pissed me off.
All right, I've switched to become Tyler Owens later on in the film where he wears a backwards hat because the cowboy hat was too much for the headphones. I'm not going to lie. They could not stay on. So, yeah. The Colts. Listen, it depends on what you want. Like, as a Colts fan, do you want to try to win games with Joe Flacco? Or are you saying the playoffs are done, it's over, let's see what Anthony Richardson is, let's see what we got? Because if we keep losing with him, at least we know he's not the guy, and we'll be in a better draft position when it comes up next year. That's, like, I think where you guys are at.
See, but, yeah, I just think we have what it takes to go to the playoffs. Like, we start Flacco, we win this game today, we're 5-3.
Yeah.
Like, we're a good team. We just need good QB play.
I don't think it's Richards. I think Flacco is your guy. If you're not going to play Flacco, it's over.
I agree.
So, all right. That was football talk. We'll let the hot dog and Batman be free. Let's see what we've been watching this week. I think Charles needs to go first because he has been MIA. So he's got to have a lot. I feel like he has to have a lot.
I have so many guys, and they're honestly, they are all over the spectrum.
I saw.
Yeah, it's so I think the last movie I talked about with you guys was The Fugitive, right?
I think it was.
Have I talked to you guys about the adventures of Tintin?
No.
Okay, well I watched that.
Okay.
I watched it on the flight. I forget where I was flying to. I think I was flying back to Denver, maybe. I gave it 4 stars. Kind of rocked. You guys should watch it. Really cool animation style. It's a Steven Spielberg, which I didn't realize, but it was fun. It was pretty fun. Then I watched Unbreakable. Wasn't a huge fan. Yeah, I don't know.
Which one's Unbreakable? What is that?
It's M. Night Shyamalan. It's about
Yeah.
got Samuel L. Jackson and yeah. Then I watched Harry Potter.
Okay.
With Jenna, the first one, gave it 3 stars. Halloween, gave it 2.5.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I know I wasn't there to review it.
One.
I just don't think it's a good movie. I think it's carried by the music and the mask. That's it.
That's an insane take.
I don't think it is. Okay. Then I rewatched the Pink Panther movies with my family. Then I watched.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Then I watched Chamber of Secrets.
Damn.
Gave it 3.5. And then I talked to you guys about this movie Incoming like a month ago or 2 months ago.
Is this the Netflix one?
Yeah, the underage like
yes,
makeout scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 30 minutes left on it, but I'm not signed in to Netflix in Denver, so I just never got to finish it. So I finished it, gave it 1 star, would not recommend. And then I watched the Robin Hood movies, the one with Russell Crowe and the one with Taron Egerton.
This is a great all over the place list.
Right?
I'm very impressed.
It gets better. Yeah. I gave both of them 2 stars.
Interesting.
And the first one with Russell Crowe, I was really excited because it's Russell Crowe, but it just like wasn't a Robin Hood movie. It was like about the French or the French coming, maybe the Arabians, I don't know, coming and like taking over, and there's no like Robin Hood until the end. And then they kind of make it seem at the end that it's like and this is how Robin Hood was made. It's like, okay, well, I wanted to watch
the Robin Hood origin story.
Yeah, but I wanted to watch Robin Hood. I didn't want to watch how he became Robin.
Yeah.
But it had Kate Blanchett, so how bad could it really be? And then I watched the one with Taron Egerton, and I was watching with my sister. I'm like, Carolyn, this is the much better Robin Hood. Trust me, like you're in for a good one, because I watched it in theaters when I was younger, and then I watched it and I was like, all right, this is garbage. It felt like a superhero movie, and it was more Robin Hoody than the Russell Crowe one, but it was also like really cheesy. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but is Ben Mendelsohn just a villain in everything?
Yeah, kind of.
I swear he plays a villain in
every movie. Remember he was Talos. Talos was a good guy.
Yeah, it's a good character.
Okay. Then I watched 8 Mile. That rocked. Give it 4 stars.
Shut up, Detroit.
Yeah, it was great. Great movie.
Great Anthony Mackie role in that one.
Yeah, he gets owned.
Yeah.
And then I watched American Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Give it 4.5 stars. I just think Christian Bale, and like he's just like the most fun actor to watch ever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I would agree.
And then my aunt was here, and she wanted to watch a feel good movie. So we watched I Can Only Imagine. It's a Christian movie.
Okay.
I know of it.
Yeah.
You actually never heard of this.
Yeah, I Can Only Imagine 2018. It's got Dennis Quaid in it.
Oh, I like Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, I gave it 2.5 stars. It's like very cheesy. Then I was on a little Wes Anderson kick.
I'm amazed by this list
And then I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox and the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is so good.
And I gave them both 4.5 stars.
Mm-hmm. Well deserved.
The only reasons I didn't give them 5, in Fantastic Mr. Fox, I got really annoyed with Ash.
Oh, the little, like the son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like the first half, he was so annoying. And then also, I feel like it could have been like a little longer. And I probably would have appreciated it because it's a pretty short movie. It's like an hour and 20 something minutes. And then the Grand Budapest Hotel, I didn't give it 5 because I didn't love. What's his name? I think he plays Zero.
In Grand Budapest.
What's his name? I forget his name. He plays Flash in the new Spider-Man movies.
Oh, yes. What is his name?
I'm looking right now. Tony Revolori.
Yes. Great pull right there.
I didn't
Lobby
love.
Boy.
Yeah, I didn't love him.
So
but
the main
everything
character?
about it. Well, the main character was kind of, yeah. I think Ralph Fiennes is more of the main character.
Yeah. They're like co-leads.
Yeah. Anyway, then I watched Pretty Woman.
Banger. I love Pretty
great.
Woman.
It was awesome. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Yes,
I probably would have given it. I was feeling 4 until the very end, in the last like 2.5 minutes.
When he goes up the ladder and gets her.
Yeah, it was kind of. Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's the best.
Just the dialogue was kind of weird. I don't know. And then finally, I don't know if did either of you see this last movie?
What's the last movie?
I've seen it a long
What is
time ago.
Casper.
The Friendly Ghost?
Yeah.
There's an all-time cameo in that movie of a Ghostbuster.
I know, and I hated it.
What? Come on.
Because he was like, yeah, I can't get that ghost. What do you mean you can't get that ghost? That's your job.
Casper's
you catch all the
unstoppable.
ghosts.
Oh my god.
So a vacuum, a literal vacuum could get the ghosts in this movie, but Dan Aykroyd in the Ghostbusters uniform could not.
I think you need to.
It was crazy.
You need to pause your lore of the Ghostbusters universe when they crossed over with Casper. Maybe this was in between Ghostbusters 1 and 2 when they were all kind of bums.
Maybe.
Yeah.
When they're like going to Halloween or going to birthday parties.
Yeah, they're going to birthday parties. Like maybe they thought it was a birthday party and there really was a ghost there and he wasn't ready for it. There you go.
Maybe.
I do have to ask you a question about this when you're done.
Yeah, shoot. Go for it.
Or is this the end of your list?
That was my last movie. I watched it this morning.
Of all the things that you watched, did you catch up on Agatha all along?
Nope. But I caught up on Penguin. I haven't seen episode 5, but I caught up on all the other episodes. That's phenomenal.
I'm so excited to talk about Agatha all along this week. I'm very, very excited. All right. I don't know how to follow that. That was intense.
Pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, that was a great little catch up to see what Charles been up to. Jack, I have 5. Is that more or less than you have?
More.
All right, I'll go next then. We'll go, I guess, largest to smallest.
Yeah.
I watched the 1994 movie Interview with a Vampire, starring Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. Gave that 3 stars. Not great, but also not bad. It was just kind of, it existed. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Interview with the Vampire. Then I watched Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, because we're preparing for next week, our Lord of the Rings episode. And then I wanted to just get some man tears out, so I watched Remember the Titans, and I gave that 4 stars. An incredible film. Oh man, when he says you're not going to give him another yard, I'm like, he's right. I'm not. I'm going out there and I'm ready to stop him. Then I watched Practical Magic because a couple weeks ago we talked about how they're making a sequel to this, and I was like, I feel like I should probably watch this. Insane movie, insane. Like it feels like a fever dream watching this. If I was, I don't know, this seems like a movie like Mamma Mia. We talked about how if you had like a bottle of wine, it'd be a lot more of a fun time. This is one of those movies. Adding a new, we have 2 categories of movies we found: the 3-star bangers and the whatever wine movies. This is another wine movie, and then. Lastly, Venom: The Last Dance, which, oh boy.
Well, honestly,
Venom.
Wine probably would have helped for that movie. I mean,
yeah, it would have helped big time. So yeah, we'll talk Venom in a little bit, but I'm not gonna give my Lord of the Rings review, obviously, because next week we're talking about them all. So, all right, that was me.
Very, very hard. It's a hard activity to follow up.
Yeah.
I got to watch The Fellowship of the Ring, which was a nice little revisit. Super pumped for that episode next week. Glad we're doing that because these movies definitely are a little bit longer. And I think like when I want to just like when I have time at the end of the night, I'm not just like, I'm turning on Lord of the Rings. You know?
Did you watch the extended or the regular cut?
Regular.
Okay, cool. That's what I also watched.
But it's like
I'm only doing regular this time, Charles. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean the thing is for me, it's like. I enjoy the Lord of the Rings movies, but I don't think I'm going to be like, all right, I have like 2 hours tonight to watch a movie. I'm going to turn on, Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, like I don't have 5 hours to spare on a weekday.
Yeah. But But I watched that, and then I finally got to see We Live in Time in theaters, which was amazing, and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I really liked it. The thing that was really nice about the last, I guess, 2 out of 3 times I've gone to the theaters is I saw the Saturday Night movie and then We Live in Time, and like both of those movies I had like really high expectations for, and I feel like I left the theater and I was like satisfied with both of them. And I feel like throughout the year there's been multiple movies I've gone to and I've just kind of left and I've been like, dang, like I really had high hopes for that movie, but I've been really happy with that. My theater experience was crazy. Well, I have not seen the AMC Bloomington completely packed since the Batman came out. This theater was just like packed out. Like no seats were available. Like it was so funny because we got there like super early. We got like a nice, where I like to sit. It was like me, Caitlin, and then my roommate and his girlfriend. We sat where we wanted to sit, and then literally in the next like 10 to 15 minutes, it just like a massive group just like poured in, and people would turn the corner expecting to like get seats up at the top, and their mouth would just like drop, and they'd have to like go all the way to the front. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I decided to pick seats there.
Yeah, I probably should have followed with that, or started with that, but that's something that kind of sucks. But like, you got to get there early if you want it. But really, really liked it. I don't know. I feel like Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh were, I don't know. I feel like they were. I kind of understand what you're saying, where they weren't as good as they could have been. But I think they were,
right. I think it was the script that let them down versus them, like them letting down the script.
But I think for me, like they did exactly what they needed to for this movie, though. I don't think, me personally, I don't think they could have done more to like make it more impactful for me. I feel like they would have had to change the structure a little bit for the movie.
Jack, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm looking right now at your 1 year anniversary. What the movie is that releases that weekend? It's awesome.
Okay.
You got an untitled Disney movie which isn't released yet. You have Lilo and Stitch, but then big one. No, that's the appetizer. You got Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, baby. Yep. Mission Impossible 8 for the 1 year anniversary.
Come on.
It's awesome.
I'm pumped. The funny thing about the Lilo and Stitch is like the number 626 has like followed me around like in a really weird way. So like Stitch has always been like my favorite Disney character. This is like a completely like, it's not like a off the path, but point is, I like love Stitch. Like Stitch is like my favorite like Disney character.
It's your boy.
Okay, and like my license plate has 626 in it unintentionally. Like I just got my license plate number and had 626 in it. I was just
I've never seen Lilo and Stitch, so I have no idea what you're referencing right now.
I also don't know.
So Stitch's experiment 626.
The Disney heads are yelling at us right now.
No, so Stitch's experiment 626. Okay.
Okay.
Like.
Yeah.
Okay. So point is, I got my license plate and it had 626 in it, and it was like completely random, and I'm like, that's crazy. And then this past summer, when I got assigned my room for my hotel when I had to go on a work trip, it was 6226. And now the Lilo and Stitch movies. You know what? I'm going too far with this. Point is, I really like Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I guess I'll have to watch Lilo and Stitch or something. I don't get it. But yeah.
Give it a watch.
Yeah, I will. Now I feel like I have to.
Then I watched Venom, and that was my week. Or I watched Penguin, and that was my week.
Hell yeah. So let's get into the news, because there's a lot. I organized this very specifically. So we're doing it organized. And for the first time ever, we're starting with Marvel. Blade. Blade is on hold indefinitely. It is, quote, delayed indefinitely. And I just don't think we're ever getting Blade. I think it's never going to happen. I also laughed.
I think it was Rotten. I forgot what I saw it on. Maybe Rotten Tomatoes. And I literally laughed out loud. I was like, figures.
Yeah, I was not shocked by this. So it was supposed to be. So Marvel obtained the rights to Blade in 2012, and we're supposed to make a new movie. They started making. It was supposed to be coming out 2013. Never came out. was supposed to come out in 2019. So they announced it in 2019. Was supposed to come out in 2021. Never came out. Got a new director. Was supposed to start filming in November 2022. Was planned for November 2023 to release. Obviously, that never happened. Then they had a new director, new screenwriter. Never happened. It was supposed to then start filming soon and come out at the November 2025. Obviously, that didn't happen, and so now it's delayed indefinitely. And I just think it's just never happening. Like Blade will never happen.
Maybe this will be the next Megalopolis, where it keeps trying to happen.
Maybe in like 30 years we'll have Mahershala Ali show up as like old man Blade, and he's like an old Blade. They should have had Mahershala Ali as the Blade in Deadpool and done the joke again about Gambit, but just again. Because that's what's going to happen. We're getting the Gambit movie again, but just Blade. I cannot believe this is this difficult. I don't get it.
Yeah. Least surprising news I've seen ever.
Yeah. So yeah, Blade not happening. I also think it's very funny. His only time he's appeared in the MCU was in a voiceover in Eternals, which is also never going anywhere. So it's like just the doomed pocket of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Harry Styles is somewhere in there.
Yeah, he's floating around somewhere as the brother of Thanos or something. Just insane, wild. So done with Marvel now. We'll come back to it at the end. John Wick. We've talked about, I feel like, every single week for the past like 5 weeks. But they're getting an anime prequel series or show or movie. It doesn't really say. But it's going to be a prequel that is going to be about John Wick doing the one last mission that got him out of the assassin world. So in the first John Wick, it's revealed he's done being an assassin because he did one last thing and got out. And no one ever gets out. But he did something so great that he was able to get out. They're going to be an anime about how that happened. Sure, I guess. I don't really know. We Ballerina looked great, so maybe this will be great also. I would just like more Keanu Reeves as John Wick. I don't know why they want to do all this different stuff, but that's how franchises go nowadays, I guess.
Maybe the new trend is anime versions of stuff because they're doing that with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just doing everything anime.
I mean, it's definitely easier, I guess, because
it's probably cheaper.
If you're going to do a young John Wick, you can't really have Keanu, who's now 60, be 30-year-old John Wick anymore. So I just like a John Wick 5. I know he died at the end of 4, but I feel like he didn't die. Spoilers, sorry. Is it? No, I don't care that I spoil it. This is like 2 years old. You guys have been missing out. So yeah, John Wick.
I haven't seen it.
We should do a John Wick episode because we do the Lord of the Rings. That'd be a great episode to do all the John Wicks.
Are we ever gonna do the what's it called? Studio Ghibli? Yeah.
That's on the list also because we just keep crossing off the list.
If you guys aren't interested in Studio Ghibli, it's cool. It's
okay. Hey, no, I'd like to see it.
No, I don't care.
Jack, we made the hot dogs sad.
Yeah.
He's so sad. All right, this next one. Chris Hemsworth is in talks to be Prince Charming.
That's awesome.
I think this is great.
That's awesome.
This is really cool. I think it'd be fun if they made fun of Prince Charming in this movie. Like, that'd be a good way to do it. Just make him like so handsome that everyone loves him and he's just frustrated by how handsome he is.
Who's like Prince Charming's love? Like,
I believe
spouse.
Well, we should ask the Disney guy, Jack,
Partner.
who is the spouse of Prince Charming.
I have no idea. Is it like
my experience with Prince Charming is all in Shrek. Like, that's all I got.
Yeah, I literally thought of the Prince Charming.
It's Cinderella.
It's Cinderella? Okay.
Yeah, so.
Cinderella is such a boring...
Prince Charming has been married to multiple women, including Snow White in Once Upon a Time and Cinderella in Cinderella.
All right.
So it seems like it's mainly Cinderella.
Is getting around.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely foul behavior.
They should.
Yeah, seriously, not so charming anymore.
I don't think they're gonna. What if they just dive deep into that for this movie?
Yeah, it's just like a very deep psychological tale about his divorce.
And they pull Rachel Zegler in and Lily James.
Yeah, the Princess Cinematic Universe has begun.
They should do a live action Shrek where Chris Hemsworth is Prince Charming and Zac Efron is Chad Shrek.
Yeah. Just ignore the actual Shrek and just be like, it's only Chad Shrek this entire movie.
Have you seen all those memes where
He
it's like
does look
Zac
like that.
Efron should play Shrek when he's in like human form?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I would never be interested in this movie if the casting isn't great, but Chris Hemsworth as Prince Charming is pretty awesome. I will not lie. So,
Agreed.
but it just feels like such a weird role for him. I feel like he's been doing great role choices recently, and I feel like this is a little out there. For him.
I mean, I feel like they've all been a little out there. He was the villain in
But see, I think that's such an
he was
awesome role.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he was. That's
I feel like he's been doing like a bunch of crazy roles.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. The next 3 go together. Alien Romulus 2. We're getting an Alien Romulus 2. We're getting the return of 2 of the main characters whose names escape me, but it's basically the main lady and the robot guy. I really liked Alien Romulus, so I'm glad that I think they're gonna. Oh yeah, Kelly Spaney and David Johnson's characters. They're gonna return. I thought Alien Romulus was quite good. I thought it was also missed opportunities at points. So I feel like with a sequel, they can kind of rectify those things.
Yeah. I was talking with a friend. I don't know if maybe it was on this podcast, maybe it wasn't. We were talking about how like you have the original Alien and then you have like Romulus, and we felt like Romulus was like the Rogue One of like the Alien franchise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alien like Romulus, restarting
Star Wars story.
Like it looks amazing, but it still has that like a very strong feeling of the original, you know?
Yes.
But it's not quite but it's not quite the original, you know? I love David Johnson though. I think he got casted in a movie that might be in the news. Not entirely sure.
It might be.
Let me pull it up.
But my thought was also, I would love if this tied to the Interstellar universe and we had David Johnson's character talk to Michael Fassbender's character, because those are 2 robots that I think would get along quite well.
Michael Fassbender.
Whoa. Are you not on the Prometheus train, Charles?
In Interstellar?
I'm sorry. Did I say Interstellar? I apologize. Reverse Interstellar. I meant Prometheus.
Oh.
Yeah, Interstellar actually is a secret alien movie. You didn't know at the end. At the end, the Weyland-Yutani organization buys up all the things that they were doing.
I was about to say, when was Michael Fassbender?
No, what was Michael Fassbender? Yeah. But yeah, that's a great. I'm excited for this. This ties to the next piece though. Predator Badlands. So Predator Badlands is coming into theaters next year. Apparently it's going to be one of 2 Predator movies we're getting next year. We really only know about Badlands though, which is pretty interesting. And this is a sequel, kind of spiritual sequel to Prey, which came out on Hulu a couple of years ago, which was an awesome, awesome movie. It's the same team from Prey go to do Predator Badlands, so I think that's very highly anticipated for that. I did see a TikTok though of a guy like making a fake Predator movie, and it was a Predator versus Samurai, and that'd be the coolest thing ever. That'd be the coolest thing ever, the Predator versus Samurai. But yeah, Badlands next year. Are you Predator guys? I like Predator.
I haven't seen Predator. That wasn't on my list of 17 random movies that I watched.
That is a great one you should watch. The first Predator with Arnold is so good. It is so
I really want to see Terminator. That's kind of like pretty up there on my list right now.
You need to do an Arnold week. I think this next week you should do an Arnold week. Just watch some Arnold bangers.
Maybe I should. Well, I already saw oh shoot,
Did you see Kindergarten Cop?
Kindergarten Cop. That's the one. Yep, that's what I was thinking of. And the one where we watched it together, like Commando or something.
Yeah, Commando's awesome. You should watch Predator, Terminator 1, T2, Sneaky True Lies. True Lies is pretty great. And Total Recall I like a lot. So yeah. That's coming next year, but then they come together for the next piece of news. See this corporate synergy I'm doing right now? Alien versus Predator new movie. That's apparently going to happen. A new Alien versus Predator. Sounds awesome.
Who would win?
Awesome. I think so. I think the first one. Oh, I remember this. Okay. So the first one, the Predators win. And you're like, all right, they did it. But then at the end of the movie, the Predator is like grabbing his chest and boom, out pops an alien Predator hybrid. And you're like, oh my God. Now there's an alien Predator hybrid. Goes the sequel. The Predators have to come back and fight the alien Predator hybrid along with other aliens. Pretty crazy stuff. I'm not going to lie. They're both about 1.5 star movies, but they're pretty awesome. I used to watch they used to be on Sci-Fi a lot when I was when we were kids. I would watch that on cable. So I'm sure I only saw about 2/3 of the actual movie and the other part was cut because of the FCC, but pretty good when I watched them.
It sounds like any Sharknado fans would also really like that movie.
Yeah, the Sharknado bubble crosses over big time with the Alien
like
bubble.
all 7 Sharknado fans
Yeah.
are probably all over that.
How many Sharknadoes? I think there were 8 Sharknado movies, by the way.
Are there really?
Yeah, Sharknado. So the last one was the last Sharknado, It's About Time. And that came out in 2018.
Oh my God.
They're still doing those? Oh my
Even the like movie poster is just a bummer.
Yeah, it is. It is a bummer. Okay, wait, let me.
It looks like the really bad editing you see at like amusement parks, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read you the name of these Sharknado movies. So there was Sharknado. That's so remember how we talk about awesome movie names? The main character in Sharknado. What do you think his first name is?
Guy.
It is Finn Shepard. That's awesome. All right, so there's Sharknado, Sharknado 2, the second one, Sharknado 3, oh hell no, Sharknado 4, yeah, Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens, Sharknado 5, Global Swarming, and then the last Sharknado, It's About Time.
Man, give the creative director, whoever came up with those names, give him a raise.
Yeah. So Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens, takes place in Vegas. Last time I recall, Vegas is not near at all the ocean.
There also isn't
they have
bad
lightsabers. Oh my God, this is amazing.
We should do a Sharknado week.
Yeah, David Hasselhoff is in Sharknado 4. I'm learning so much about. I gotta check Sharknado 5 Global Swarming. No way. So Sharknado 5 takes place around the world. I'm looking at the trailer right now. The trailer had a shark crash into the Sphinx. What?
What's the polar bear's name in Red 1?
Oh, it's so tough. I'm ready to pull that on.
Oh, I have Red 1 thing I got to talk about too.
Callum Drift.
Callum Drift.
Is that the polar bear or is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah, I thought Dwayne The Rock Johnson was Callum
Drift.
Drift.
That's Dwayne.
What is the polar bear?
I don't know.
Okay, let me look up. So here's my Red 1 thing. In the bathrooms of my local theater, they have Red 1 posters up above each of the hand washing like the sinks, and there says naughty or nice on. They alternate, and I wanted to take a picture so bad in front of the naughty one and send it to you guys, but then there was like people in there, and I thought it'd be really, really weird to take a picture in the bathroom. So I will get a photo eventually when there's no one else in there.
Love it.
What's the polar bear's name?
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm glad the hype for Red 1 is
the polar bear's name is Garcia.
Garcia.
So Red 1 has Jack O'Malley, Zoe Harlow, Callum Drift, and Garcia as the main team.
The creative team went crazy with those names.
I am so excited for this. I cannot wait. It's soon. It's like I think it's in 2 weeks.
I'm glad that you guys are excited for this movie. I'm very glad you guys are excited.
Oh yeah.
Also, fellas, I haven't forgotten about Piece by Piece. I will watch it, and I will
That's what you
will.
look like. You look at the Lego figure of the hot dog guy
The hot
because
dog.
the face is cut out perfectly.
I think I look mostly like that Snapchat filter because that guy actually has headphones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. He does have headphones. All right, back to the news. Planet of the Apes. A new Planet of the Apes is set for 2027, which in the grand scheme is not that far away. This is going to be a sequel to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And after the ending of that movie, I'm pumped for this new Planet of the Apes. This is going to be awesome. Cannot wait.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I don't know. I think the last one, I think it looked good. I think the story, it dragged on a little bit longer than I expected it to. I think it's hard to compare it to the Matt Reeves Apes movies, though, because I think those are just like amazing.
All right, hang on. Breaking news. Can you both go on your phones and go to Barstool Sports' Twitter right now? And please look at this new Dwayne Wade statue that Miami just revealed. It is a shocking statue. I know this is not really related to movies at all, but the face on this statue is shocking.
Why? Like, it looks like he's eating.
Why does it look so chubby?
I know. If you're listening to the podcast right now, please pause. Well, don't pause. Just go to Twitter and find this photo. This statue is crazy. That doesn't even look like him.
Can you? And it shows him like looking around at it, and he does not
he's
look
like,
pleased.
it doesn't look like me. That is insane.
Why'd they give him a statue?
They just needed to smooth out the jaw a little bit
The
more.
trio. He was part of the trio.
Yeah, but where are the other two?
I think because he's the only one. What? So it was LeBron
Miami.
and Chris Bosh. Those are the three.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade is Miami.
Dwayne Wade is Miami, and also isn't Chris Bosh still playing?
No,
I don't know
no,
the NBA.
He's
Well,
definitely-
LeBron's playing. LeBron, I think the LeBron one probably is he's still playing. And Chris Bosh, I don't know.
D Wade has 3 chips with them too. So
Yeah,
and he
I'm sure Chris Bosh will get one
he
soon.
put Miami on the map. So it's very fitting, but at the same time they did a true. I'm very interested to know how like people make those statues. You know, because like I feel like the majority of the time we see them and we're like, wow, that's really bad. And then I feel like if you're an organization and you're
That
like,
one's
well,
really bad.
we need a statue for our, the greatest player that's ever played for us. And you're
Let's
like,
do this.
let's look, for someone to make this statue. And they're like, oh my gosh, they did the Kobe one. That looked terrible. Or not saying the Kobe one was bad, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like some in the past, like I'm very interested where they find these artists, or the people that make these.
Maybe it's because it's kind of a dying art. There's less guys doing it.
Yeah, maybe I should get into that,
I'm just shocked they haven't like found a way to 3D print these things and make them just perfect. But then again,
Yeah.
you know what? We're ruining art. Someone made this. They put their time,
Thanks.
sweat into this, and we got a beautiful little moment on the
You know,
podcast about
it could be worse. It could be worse.
I need to see the face. Oh my god, the face close up is insane. Okay, if you go to Bleacher Report, they just tweeted it 2 minutes ago. It is.
Bleacher Report?
Yeah, it does not even look like Dwayne Wade.
I think above the.
It looks like he has like a giant jaw.
Above the nose, they got it. He looks like Thanos.
Yeah, from the eyes
Yeah, he
up,
does.
it's Dwayne Wade. From the nose down, it's not Dwayne Wade.
The nose is fine. It's just the way that like his mouth.
Yeah, his
I
mouth
don't
should
know.
not be looking like that. Okay, this is really bad podcasting. They're talking about an image that no one else can see. But yeah, all right. Next piece of news while we're recovering from that shocking Dwayne Wade news.
Someone commented, "Grandpa, that you?"
Okay, juror number 2, Clint Eastwood's probably final movie. In a very weird release. So Warner Brothers is giving it a release of less than 25 locations in the United States. That's it. 25 places you can go see it. They're never going to release the numbers it gets for ticket sales. And I think probably right after it's just going to go to Max. Like, very weird choice. I don't get why they're doing this.
Whoa, when is it getting released?
This weekend. It's releasing this weekend.
Do they specify where the locations are?
Mainly New York and LA. I'm sure other big cities might get it. Like you probably get like a Chicago one here, a Denver one here. Like it just doesn't seem like it's going to be very little of getting released. I don't get why they're doing this.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
feel like
Let me see if I can find the
there
closest
just
one
hasn't
to
been a
me.
lot of momentum on this. Like, I'm very excited for it. Everything I saw from the trailer was great, and it's something I would like to see in theaters. But I feel like there hasn't been like a lot of momentum. I feel like it just kind of like popped up. That's how I feel about it.
But then maybe make it just a Max movie. Like if you're not going to
Sure.
release it, then at least let people see it. Like
Yeah.
why are we saying this movie's releasing and I can't see it like right away? That's how I feel about Anora. Because like I would like to see that movie and it's just playing nowhere.
I get it though. It's like obviously they don't want to send it straight to streaming. They at least want like, and I know it sucks because it's like if I want to go see it, I'm probably gonna have to drive to Indianapolis at least, you know.
Yeah.
So like that sucks. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like to have some sort of theatrical release is nice.
Like okay, so I'm looking at Anora right now, which is like supposed to be like the big Oscar push right here.
Yeah.
The closest I can go see it, I have to go 113 miles and across state lines to go see this movie.
Yeah.
Why in the world is that in today's day and age? That's insane. I don't get that at all. I don't get it.
No,
at
I
all.
don't either.
So that was my bummer news of the week.
There's nothing in Denver for Juror 2.
That's stupid. All right. Stupid corporations. Speaking of stupid corporations, Star Wars. Star Wars is supposed to have a Rey movie. I don't think this is going to happen either. So it lost its screenwriter. It is now not going to release as planned in 2026. This Rey movie is kind of in a weird perpetuity. It's insane to me that it seems like after The Last Jedi, which we have different disagreements about, they have forgotten how to make a Star Wars movie.
I think they forgot well before that, Hunter.
Yeah, but at least like we all agreed The Force Awakens, not boundary pushing, but a solid Star Wars film.
Yeah.
I think Rogue One is up there with some of the best Star Wars films, if not maybe the best.
Rogue One's good.
Then The Last Jedi came out.
Yep.
And what followed it was Solo and The Rise of Skywalker. I like Solo. I don't think it's that great, but I like it. Rise of Skywalker is a piece of garbage. And they haven't made a movie since. This is not this complicated. I don't get it.
I don't really like that Daisy. I feel like Daisy Ridley is just getting kind of like
not cool.
blasted by it. I don't think that she's a great actress.
But I think she's great as Rey. I think she's very good as Rey.
Yeah. She was fine in Young Woman by the Sea. Or Young Woman in the Sea. Wasn't great, but she was fine.
Like I
feel like she just gets a lot of hate. Kind of like Rachel Zegler. Like I don't understand why some of these people get so much hate.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, like I just don't. She never really did anything wrong. I don't get it. But all right, that was the Star Wars news. I want to see actually. Does it tell you when the show's released on this thing? No, it doesn't. All right, never mind. I was gonna. Yeah, the only one. So apparently, also the Mandalorian Grogu, which releases May 22nd, 2026, has finished filming. So there's that.
Boy, Pedro's been busy.
I'd be willing to bet he was on set for less than a day. I honestly believe that. I think it's all on me voiceover.
Oh yeah,
because you don't really need him.
Yeah.
All right, now we're into the final piece of news. Spider-Man. For the next whatever it is, we're all talking about Spider-Man. Starting with Spider-Man Noir, which had some set photos leak of Spider-Man Noir on top of 1930s cars. This looks pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty awesome. Like,
yeah, I mean the costume looks awesome. I mean it just looks great.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for it. As soon as they announce this, I just super pumped. And then obviously the more photos we get, the more information we get, I feel like the more I'm excited for it.
Like I think Nick Cage is going to do very well in this role. I hope so, at least.
Buy your Spidey Noir figs now. Lego figs.
Yeah, buy the buy the Spider-Man Noir Lego figs before it goes ultra platinum.
Yeah, it's going to the moon.
Wait, is there Spider-Man Noir Lego figure?
2 of them, yeah.
Whoa, really? That's
Also, Hunter,
Charles.
let the record state, you clowned me when I
For
bought
what?
the Doom figure. When I bought the Doom figure like 2 months ago, after they announced that RDJ was going to be Doom,
Okay.
and
Has
you're
it gone
like,
up?
yes.
That's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
But you said, wow, nice job buying the fig at probably its all-time high. So I just wanted to.
All right. No, hey, I'm happy to be wrong.
Have you sold it yet?
Yeah, have you sold it?
Oh, I'm keeping it.
Oh, you're okay. Like,
I've thought about this. So, as someone who just purchased for the first time in his life after wanting to own one, a hot toy. I have the Deadpool hot toy in the background from the new Deadpool movie. I should have bought 2. Okay, wait, what was that, Charles? That's what they're called.
Can we change it to like collectible or something?
What do you mean? They're called hot
Never-
toys. It's like the company.
Okay.
What was the negative?
It just sounds.
Well, okay, the overall corporation, I believe, is called Sideshow Collectibles. So I can just say that to make you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I purchased from Sideshow Collectibles the Deadpool. I should have bought 2 because
Do they appreciate?
So I
Have
bought
you
it.
checked eBay?
So yes, I'd happy to tell you this. So I bought it. I bought it for like 300, and on eBay right now there's 700. So I probably should have bought 2 and then got one for free. Yeah. Well, I didn't know. Now I know. But I will tell you this: the next one I'm gonna buy. Well, I've already bought it actually. But after that, I bought the Wolverine, so I can have Deadpool and Wolverine. But after that, I'm only buying 2 more probably ever. I'd like to get a Spider-Man one, and I'd like to get Superman David Corn Sweat or Henry Cavill, but probably David Corn Sweat. So that's it. I'm done.
Okay. But I told myself with Funko Pops a couple years ago.
I did that too, and I have those.
And then it just keeps going. And then I find, and then it's not Funko Pops, but it's cups and popcorn buckets and posters. I almost bought
the Venom one.
It's a really slippery slope collecting.
Dude, you know how slippery it is? I just bought protective sleeves for my steelbooks. I'm doing that now. That's how slippery of a slope it is. Like it's slippery. I don't know how it happened.
I've been buying Bricklink like limited edition sets, Lego sets.
Oh, dude, you got to go to the store. The store, if you ever visit me, the store by me is awesome. This guy is awesome to talk to.
I bought these sets in June and they still haven't arrived.
Wow.
But they that's my slope right now.
Dude, I bought the Wolverine and Deadpool together, and I bought it right after the movie came out. I'm not going to get Wolverine till maybe it said August of next year.
Hey, but to the moon.
I bought the collector's edition too that comes with shirtless Wolverine, so I'm pumped for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a hot toy.
That one will appreciate.
Yes, that's going to appreciate in value. I'm going to appreciate it. That's for sure.
Breaking news.
Oh,
did you guys see the Indiana basketball score?
Yeah, playing basketball now.
We beat an exhibition game.
We beat the 12 ranked Tennessee 66-62.
Wow, Hoosiers.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So, I guess not breaking because Jack already knew, but I just saw it.
I didn't even know we were playing, so you broke 2 things to me. All right. Tom Holland, back to him. Spider-Man 4 has a release date, July 2026. Confirmed Daniel Dustin Cretton will be directing. It's going to start filming at the end of this year, beginning of next year. Here's the craziness of it all. So, Tom Holland, after Spider-Man 3, took a year off of acting. Wasn't really anything. Did that play in London where he was Romeo and Juliet. Now he's back. Since then, he is going to be one of the stars of Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man 4, the Avengers Secret Wars, and also the Christopher Nolan movie coming out also in 2026. But let me tell you the timeline here. May 2026, Avengers Doomsday comes out. July 24th, 2026, Spider-Man 4 comes out. July 16th, 2026, the Christopher Nolan movie comes out. So 1 week apart, is between Christopher Nolan and Spider-Man. Then May 2027 is Secret Wars. Tom Holland is the most back you could ever be.
He's the next Willem Dafoe.
He's everywhere.
Just in everything.
Yeah,
ever.
He is. A week apart for the Christopher Nolan and then Spider-Man the next week is insane. I don't even know why they'd want to do that. But I like it. I like this choice.
It's going to be the summer of Tom.
Yeah. We've had the summer of Glenn Powell. Now we're getting the summer of Tom. I'm so excited for Spider-Man, man. I love Spider-Man.
I'm like, I don't know, the fact that they're coming out so close together, not that I'm like worried or anything. I'm just like, I mean, we've said this 1,000 times, and I know Spider-Man comes up all the time, and I'm like, they have to play their cards right, because I feel like Spider-Man's
not going to be small scale.
It's the only thing that's really like bringing me back to like these big Marvel movies, because I'm like, I don't know, kind of like the point where, like, you know, we grew up with, you know, all these characters, and I feel like a lot of them are gone, or they're just so very different from how we experienced them in the beginning. And obviously they're supposed to change, but like, I don't know. I feel like the Tom Holland Spider-Man, like, they got to stick the landing. But I am excited for the Nolan movie. The Nolan movie is going to be a blast.
I'm very excited for the Nolan movie, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see how he, like, how he even planned filming this. Like, I don't get how that's even going to happen.
I'm not super excited
for Spider-Man 4
about the Nolan. I just don't love the movie plot, like the idea.
We don't really know much about the idea besides it's a period piece with Tom Holland and not Brad Pitt.
I thought it was about
Matt Damon. That's like a rumor, but it's not confirmed.
There's another rumor that surfaced recently that it's like helicopter cops.
Oh.
Kind of like a futuristic helicopter cop.
Whoa, helicopter cops would be sweet.
So that's like a big rumor at the moment. I'm not sure if it's like officially been confirmed, but that sounds like the big rumor. Like, I know the vampires thing was a big rumor about a week ago, but I think the helicopter cops thing is like kind of like.
I hope they just get weirder rumors as we go along, and it just it just combines them all by the end.
And then they just like make a Sausage Party remake, but with Tom Holland and
Christopher Nolan
directed by Christopher Nolan.
I also just think this confirms it's not small scale. Like, this is not going to be Spider-Man worrying about paying his bills or worry about getting to class or worry about, like, I don't know, tutoring someone. Because how do you do Avengers Doomsday, which is obviously going to have Spider-Man in it, at least in some form or fashion? He might have a smaller role in it and be, like, saved for Secret Wars. But he can't just be like, oh my God, Iron Man is back and now he's Doom. But for the next little bit, I'm just going to focus on worrying about my bills. Like, but then again, that's Spider-Man. So we'll have to see.
Could it be like another like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel situation where it's like
previous?
Something happens like somewhere and like we kind of get
I don't know. Previously. I feel like that's going to be like that's like the 3. You know, there's always like when they do like the Avengers breakup, there's like the 3. I think that is what this is going to be.
Yeah.
But I guess I have to wait and see. But Spider-Man 4, I'm just hyped that they're like it's back. I think it's been a while since we heard about an actual date. Because 2021 was No Way Home, and it's going to be 2026. It's a 5-year break.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into trailers. I'll do Severance first because I think I'm the only one who watches that. But I put it in for myself because I love Severance. Severance is so good. Almost turned into a Trump impression right there.
Wow, it's good.
Yeah, wow, it's so good. It's just an incredible show that I'm pumped is back. Like, if you guys find the time, I think it's only 8 episodes. I highly recommend jumping on board before season 2 starts. It is a great show that I think you'd both really like. So if you find the time, I do recommend. But season 2 looks insane. The cliffhanger after season 1, just so ready for it. Charles, for how long I've been waiting, I'll give you perspective. I lived at Park on Morton when season 1 ended. And then that was before The Attic. Was when season 1 ended. Yeah.
Throwback.
It's been let's toss it back here for a second. Yeah, that's how long it's been. Jack was a freshman in college. Now he's a senior.
Well,
so think about that.
I guess it hasn't been that long.
It's been like 3 years.
The same thing goes for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah. Never forget that. That was a great few months going to Spider-Man No Way Home. All right. But that was it. I just want to talk about it. The Brutalist. Okay, let me set the stage here. The Brutalist is the Oscar frontrunner right now. It is getting rave reviews. It is 3 hours and 55 minutes. It is a period piece, historical drama with an intermission starring Adrian Brody, Felicity Jones, Guy Pearce. Am I wrong for being super excited about this?
I couldn't be more out.
I'm like fully in.
I don't think I watched that trailer without even knowing how long it was, and I thought, "Wow, can't wait to never watch that."
It does feel like Hollywood pretentious drama, in like the most pretentious drama kind of way.
Yeah,
but I'm a little pumped. I'm pumped for it.
Well, Jack, what do you think?
I'm more excited for the intermission. I'm just excited because like intermission used to be like a common thing. No, like it used to be a common thing where there'd be like movies, like you'd watch like the first half, you'd go to the bathroom, like go get more snacks. Like obviously they probably used it to like market and advertise concessions to you, and put like a ice cream cone in like one of the little film, but it's not the point. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I do.
So, they used to, yeah.
I experienced that at the Book of Mormon when I was in New York. The intermission, I went and got some. What did I get? I got some gummy bears, and it rocked.
All right, hang on, Charles. Let me put this in perspective real fast. The Brutalist is the same amount of time as Lord of the Rings: Two Towers.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's the exact same.
I knew you were going to say
down
that.
to the minute. So don't even be like, it's not too long for me.
Don't you dare.
Hey, it's 40 minutes less than Return of the King extended edition.
I think one appeals to mass audiences a lot more.
Yes, The Brutalist.
Dude, you didn't even know.
It is the exact same minute-wise as Two Towers extended, which is very funny.
I mean, I'm excited to see it. Like, obviously, because it's like an Oscar frontrunner. Like, I'm excited to see it.
Return of the King. I'm excited for you this week.
I hope people go to this and don't know how long it is, and they pick like an 8 p.m. showing on like a weekday, and they're stuck there till like 1 a.m.
I didn't know it was 4 hours.
I knew it was long. I didn't know it was this long.
Yeah,
that's a long movie.
That's egregious.
The trailer was great.
What was the one that everyone complained about? It was the it wasn't the Northman.
That's almost
it was the Netflix one. Yeah, that's actually crazy. It was the Netflix one with the old guys, and then they were like, it was like Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. It wasn't the Northman.
Irishman.
The Irishman. How long was that? Because that was long.
Like 4 hours or something.
Oh yeah, The Irishman was 30 minutes less than this is going to be. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm pretty pumped. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I think the trailer did a good job because it's like, I mean,
it literally just is like, look at how good our movie is.
Yeah, exactly. There's like, we're gonna give you nothing, but just like, here's some reviews for some big, publishers. I don't know.
It screams Civil War.
In what sense?
Just the trailer.
Like the movie Civil War?
Just
yeah. But maybe this will be the good kind.
I don't know. I like it. I think what was nice earlier this summer when I got to see like Sing Sing and Dee Dee, like those were two movies that like they were not on my radar. I knew nothing about them, and they just kind of like popped up, and like they were getting like good reviews, and I was like, all right, it's in my theater. I'm just gonna go, And those are like two of my top 5 movies this year. So I don't know if like, maybe The Brutalist isn't in that category, but either way, I'm excited to even just like see what it is and experience it.
I think this will be a great movie if they have like noon showings on like a Sunday.
Yes.
Go to a noon
like
showing.
Matinee.
Yes, like a matinee on a Sunday. Then for the intermission, you go out and like get like if your theater serves like actual food, you're like, all right, I'll get some nuggets, or like I'll get like some pretzel dippers, and then I'll be set for the second half. I think that would be a great it's a hard sell on a Friday night to do this. On a Sunday during the day, that's pretty good.
No, potentially no football, or no, this will come out when football's out, right?
I don't know. Ooh,
or
they're smart. If they're smart, they put this on the weeks that have like the weird buys for the playoffs. That's what they should do.
Smart.
I don't know when this is coming out though. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up.
Because like it comes out by the end of the year.
Yeah, it does have to come out by the end of the year, I guess.
But like I don't see it coming out
December
like,
20th, 2024.
Ooh,
this could be a good
War of Rohirrim.
Oh,
we got some comp.
You know what? This would actually be a good one. Let me tell you. This is my thought. This might be a great. No, it seems too depressing. I was gonna say this might be a great Christmas Eve movie. Like if you like, no, because hang on, hear me out. You have the day off of work. You have the hang on. If it wasn't depressing, you have the day off of work. They might do early, like 11 a.m. showings.
Some of us have half days at work, but
on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
that is so sad. Bummer. Yeah. All right, that's the brutalist though. That really bummed me out, Charles. God.
And then, yeah.
All right, Love Hurts. Let me read the synopsis for this. Marvin is a Milwaukee realtor who receives a crimson envelope from Rose, a former partner in crime who he left for dead. He now finds himself thrust back into a world of ruthless hitman and double crosses that turn his open houses into deadly war zones. Starring 2 Oscar winners, Ke Kwan and Ariana DeBose, and Marshawn Lynch.
Was that Pat McAfee in there too?
I don't think so. It was Marshawn Lynch though, for sure. Also, Samwise Gamgee was in there, or Gamgee, as Sean Astin.
Yep.
Let me tell you the truth here. I watched the trailer the first time, did not like it, and I was like, I'm out on Love Hurts. Then when I saw Venom: The Last Dance, and I saw this trailer again, I was in. It flipped on me. I don't know how it happened, but it flipped, and I was bought in.
I was not a huge fan.
Oh man,
sorry.
Maybe you should watch it again because that's what happened to me.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should go see Venom: The Last Dance, and make sure I'm there for that preview. And then
I just like Ke Kwan. I was like, this guy kind of rocks.
Yeah, I like him too.
I like him too. I think he's a nice guy. I don't know if this is like right up my alley though. I think it might be like maybe if I see the trailer enough times, kind of like you were saying, like kind of it's like a Red One thing. You know, like initially I'm kind of like this just doesn't look great, but then like I see the trailer enough, I'm kind of like, you know what? Maybe this could rock. You know,
maybe I was wrong.
Yeah,
I
don't know. Maybe it has potential. You know, Marshawn Lynch is this his debut?
No. Marshawn Lynch actually was very good in a movie earlier this year, Bottoms, the comedy, which I thought was pretty good.
Maybe it's like Speak No Evil. The more times you see it, the better.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking. But yeah, that was that, I guess, for new. Oh, sorry, no. The one I liked the most, I forgot about. September 5th. During the 1972 Munich Olympics, an American sports broadcasting crew finds itself thrust into covering the hostage crisis involving Israeli athletes. I knew this happened, but I also didn't. It never like sunk in how crazy this was, that the games were just going on while these people were trapped in a hotel from like terrorists. I had no idea that was like simultaneous.
I didn't know it had happened.
I
hadn't heard of it.
This is another big Oscar frontrunner. We're kind of entering Oscar season, which is nice. I'm excited about that. We're getting some good movies for it. This looked great though. This trailer was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it looked good.
When is this? Jack, thoughts?
I feel like this is like a parent movie. You know, like the parents gotta love this one.
This is an all-time. If your dad liked Argo, he's gonna like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's like the vibes I was getting. Like true story, hostages. Like, I mean, obviously this seems to be a little bit darker. Like everything involved, as well as just like the general tone of the movie. As where I feel like Argo was like a very dark, like actual event, but I feel like it was very like not like lighter, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
I feel like that just the cinematography of the movie, they didn't make it as dark as it could have been. As for this, I think it's gonna be very interesting.
So I'm looking at the release date for this. So it goes limited end of November, and it goes wide December 13th, which means if we play our cards right, and I think we should we might be reviewing not only Kraven the Hunter, not only September 5th, but Lord of the Rings on the same day. That might be the biggest pod of the year. We got to do all three? Come on.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, think about this, though, if you play your cards right. As an AMC A-lister, you get 3 movies a week. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, or all day
Thursday
Saturday.
night, Thursday night, Thursday night.
Now we're talking. Yes. This is the energy, Charles, we needed to bring.
Actually, never mind. I forgot about work.
That's why. Okay, all day Saturday. You go all day.
Saturday would work. Yeah.
We could. You know what we
College
can do?
football though. College football. It's probably the
So then
playoffs.
Friday night you go late.
Yeah.
Friday night you knock out 2, and then maybe Sunday morning you knock out the 3rd, and we'll record in the evening.
You're a maniac.
I'm just listen. When it comes to plans, I might be number 1. All right.
He's like Mr. Planner.
I'm thinking that I'm probably the best at plans. All right, let's do shows. So we're on to our reviews. It's time for everyone's favorite segment of the week. Hunter reviews a show no one else is watching. And this week's episode of Agatha All Along. All right, this week's episode was called Death's Hand in Mine. This was easily the best episode of the show. I mean, it's not even, in my opinion, not even close. This was an episode all about. Hard part is I don't know any of their names in the show. Patty Leone's character basically is, what's it called? The tarot cards. So it's all about the tarot cards, and she was like jumping around in time throughout this episode, like in her mind. And so it would like go to a scene from earlier on when she said something weird, but like it actually ties in now. And I thought that was pretty cool. Like that was a cool concept that I didn't really pick up on until this episode. And I just thought it was a pretty solid episode. We got revealed that Aubrey Plaza is actually playing Lady Death, who in the comics is, Jack, I know.
What?
What?
Who would have thought?
Yeah, me in my living room at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday. No way. But yeah, so in the comics, had a love affair with Thanos, which caused him to go get the Infinity Stones. Obviously, that didn't happen in Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is revealed that Agatha and Death were the former lovers, I think, is what they're revealing. So yeah, pretty good job, Agatha. I just thought it was a pretty solid episode. I'm not like apparently according to everyone who's seen all the episodes, this is the best episode, and then 7 and 8 are like 2nd and 3rd place. So if this show goes out with a bang, I'd recommend it to people. I mean, it's obviously for a certain group of people who are very big fans of it. I don't think it's very general audience-y, but I mean, I've enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's the best thing, but I like it. And I think the episodes getting better every week is helping. So yeah, that was Agatha All Along.
Cool.
Unlike The Acolyte, which got somehow worse from week to week. And it already started bad, so I don't know how that was possible. But, all right. The Penguin.
Okay, I haven't seen this episode. I might
pop them off.
Okay.
Pop them off because we're going to talk about it. Jack, I'd like you to start for this, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'd like you to, since you are dressed as Batman.
Yes.
Oh my God, seeing Charles with the headphones on is so much funnier. It just looks so funny.
All right. I think it just continues the high. I mean, it doesn't necessarily reach the same high that you get from the episode before, but I don't think it loses.
So hard to do.
Yeah, I don't think it loses any steam though. I think it runs. It keeps going straight through, and I think the hostage situation that you get with the Maronis.
Yes, the Maronis.
Yeah, with the Maronis, with the son is interesting. Just an absolute goofball, and the exchange for him with I guess is it Mrs. Maroney? I don't know what her first name was. That was crazy. Like that.
Yeah.
That's like my jaw literally dropped. And the fact that like the shot that they have of like under Oz's
under with the
kind of
lit
like
up by the fire.
Yes, it's just like
so
this
good.
like this shot just like encapsulates all of the power that he's like feeling in the moment. But then like it's crazy because like 10 minutes after that, you just feel like now everyone is coming for him, and he kind of like he's like, we just gotta we gotta go. He doesn't know where he needs to go, but he's like, we gotta go, we gotta get out of here, we gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean,
this was the first time in this show, and even honestly in the Batman, I felt he made a mistake.
Yeah.
I felt I don't know if it was overconfidence or like if he just was. I think you know what it is. I think he's always been behind, and he has to make those decisions basically in the moment. I think he's very good at that. For the first time, we've really seen him where he's ahead of the game, and I think he got almost complacent, and so he made a poor choice. And we saw that really didn't pay off because now, per the end of the episode, the families are coming together. They are putting aside their differences basically to go right after Oz.
Yeah.
Which was a great choice. And I think is very interesting to set up because now that they're together, yes, they're stronger, but they also are easier to take down because if you can take down one, you take down them both together.
Yeah. I mean, I was just surprised. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think her teaming up with the Maronis wasn't like super surprising to me, but I think just like the Oz is always just kind of like figuring out as he goes along. But I think the exchange, like he knew he was so ready for that and he was so like prepared for what was going to happen. And I thought it was amazing how when they pulled the son initially out of the car.
Yes.
You think that they just been pouring water on him and like freezing him for the past but he's got like they got his mouth taped up and obviously like he's got gasoline on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he's been like dripping the entire time. And obviously because his mouth is, they taped his mouth shut. He couldn't I don't know. That entire scene was just like crazy because that was like the last thing I expected to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I agree. I think that he's always been like, kind of two-facing it, like playing both sides. And now it's just coming back to kind of bite him in the ass. So I don't know.
I think that we're going to see a very interesting choice this week because it feels like he's back down almost at his lowest. Yes, he's kind of ahead of the game and he's got more power than he ever did, but people around him are leaving him. Like his girlfriend left, which I think was his girlfriend. I don't know. They're like weird relationship. But he has his core group and now he has a place to now grow the mushrooms underground, which I saw some funny tweets that were like, he's going to walk in the back room and there's be Batman in the back cave. But like, I think that now he's kind of got something going, but he's still now behind again. And I think that is where he does the best. So it's gonna be interesting to see if that is going to be, hopefully good for him.
Yeah. I think the scene where Vic is helping his mom into the house and he sees the person from his past that like kind of runs the area.
Yes.
I was like, I think they did a really good job of just like, I mean, I'm assuming that individual is going to pop up later in the show, or I'm not going to be surprised if he does. But
yeah,
obviously back then I didn't really think much of it, but then he pops up now, and you're like, wow, like, because you initially think like, oh, like no one's going to find them there because like no one's seen them, no one knows where they're going, but like this one person has seen Vic and this lady, so like now that Vic and Oz are like the two potentially like most wanted people by not necessarily in all of Gotham, but like out of the people to be on the wrong side with, they're on the wrong side of
don't want to mess with
those two
people.
groups. So I don't know whether he's working for either of the groups and kind of like tries to use it to get ahead. I feel like that could come up, but even just that sequence of trying to get the mother inside was just kind of like the tension in that scene was just kind of like, you're like, all right, just like get inside, just like come on lady, like move.
Yeah. I know, I was like, come on. But yeah, I think it was a great episode. This continues to be a wonderful show. Very excited for tonight's episode. We'll talk about it next week, and we only have I think 2 left. Let's see. So tonight is, what's today's date?
6.
27. So tonight we have we have 3 left. So tonight, episode 6, we have episode 7 and episode 8. So 8 episodes total.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's see if Charles is paying attention. I can wave him back. All right, he's coming back. All right. Charles, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
All right. We have finished Penguin talk.
It was a long
Let's
talk.
Let's talk Venom: The Last Dance, though.
I
All right.
also didn't see this.
No, but you can leave your headphones on for this.
Yeah,
one.
I'll listen.
All right. Let me read this synopsis. Eddie Brock and Venom must make a devastating decision as they're pursued by mysterious military men and an alien monster from Venom's homeworld. Jack, I need your opinion real fast. Should we just go full spoilers? Because I'd like to talk about the beginning of this movie very much in detail.
To be completely honest, I just the non-spoilers bit is that this movie is just like all the other Venom movies.
No. This movie is worse than the other Venom movies. The first Venom is
I
great,
agree.
but
The first Venom is good. I think it gets worse. Like Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and
they get worse as they go.
In my eyes, yes, I agree. But like the movies themselves, like I don't think anyone was like, man, like the Venom movies are like super serious. Like I'm taking this movie like so serious. Like this character, like the development of this character means everything. Maybe there are people that think that.
There's
but I was just
big
saying, like,
Venom heads out there. I will not lie to you. There's big
Okay.
Venom heads out there.
Okay, well, if you liked the first two Venom movies,
When I went to the theater,
really gonna
there was
like
a
this
lot
one.
of people in Venom shirts that were not pleased with this
Okay.
movie.
Okay, but if you didn't like Venom: Let There Be Carnage, I don't really think you're gonna love this. Because I feel like it's more or less a continuation of Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Because like the first Venom movie, I feel like he did a good job of setting up the structure for, potentially future Venom movies. But then I think Venom: Let There Be Carnage and Venom: Last Dance kind of like go on this weird path. But yeah, all right, that's like I just wanted to say something for non-spoilers, just because like I don't know, man. Like what if somebody's like, oh, I want to know what they thought aside from the spoilers.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to just give your Letterboxd review real fast? I gave it 1
Yeah.
star on Letterboxd.
I gave it 2 stars.
All right. Out of 100, what are you feeling to give it? Just people
I'll
know
probably
that if
do-
they don't want to hear spoilers, they can bow out.
I'll probably do like a 36.
Okay, that's higher than I was gonna give it a 29.
Hold up, let me see, because I need to see where I put Megalopolis, because I have this ranked lower than the Megalopolis.
Yeah. I also am gonna tell you where it's at on my year, but I'll do that towards the end.
Let me pull up, because I can't have it less than Megalopolis. I feel like
No,
that would be
this is
wrong.
definitely better than Megalopolis for sure.
No, I got Megalopolis higher.
Okay. Cool.
Oh man, I have Megalopolis at a 30. Man, this is tough then. It doesn't matter. I'll just give it a 30 as well, because I feel like they're very neck and neck for me.
All right. Can I give you a 31 just so it's better than Megalopolis?
No, man, I wanted to
intentionally
make sure it's better.
All right. All right. I'd like to talk about the beginning of this film.
Yeah.
So it opens up with Null the symbiote god, basically doing, "Hi, I'm Null. Let me tell you the exposition for this movie," and then it cut to titles. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I was from the jump. I was like, "This is going to be awful." How do you even allow that as like a person who makes a movie? This is the third Venom movie. You've had stuff set up previously where you could go with third movie. To just say we're putting Null in this and we're gonna open the movie by being like, here's the Null backstory that we've never talked about, and now Venom and Eddie Brock are like a dyad, and they have a magical ability of the only Null needs. An insane choice for the third Venom movie. I cannot believe that was the way they went for this movie. They literally did the Star Wars Force dyad in the third movie. It was Star Wars. This was the Rise of Skywalker again.
And somehow,
literally,
Palpatine
Palpatine needed them as the Force dyad together to come back, and that was what Nolan needed. He needed them together to come back. This was the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Crazy.
To be completely honest with you, that was not my biggest problem with this movie.
Okay, what was your biggest problem with this movie?
I feel like my biggest problem with this movie is that like I feel like there's a clear cut like journey that Venom goes on, specifically in the first one. And obviously I said Let There Be Carnage kind of like goes off that. Or Let There Be Carnage I feel like is a lot more like straightforward, and I feel like it follows a more of a
and it's a lot
structured plot than this one. I feel like the plot for this one is just kind of like let Eddie and Venom just like run around and just do a bunch of shit, and then let's throw all the symbiotes we possibly can into the final battle.
Pretty much.
Like that was my problem with it. And then at the end, they want us to get all sad and sappy when they play Memories by Maroon 5.
Oh my
After
god,
they
yeah.
played it, the music choices for
Charles is
this movie.
confused because he doesn't know why they're sad and sappy at the end.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
The
we'll
point
get
is
there.
the music choices for this movie were all over the place. At one
Mhm.
point, they play Morgan Wallen and Post Malone at the end credits. I'm
Yep.
just
Oh, that's a
like,
great song.
I agree. It is, but like, if you would have heard all the music they played in this, like, I don't know, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, that their soundtrack has like, it's all very similar. You know, it's like from the 80s or the 90s, or you know what I'm
It's
saying?
iconic.
Like, it has this, yeah, it's iconic, but like, I don't know. Point is, I feel like they just picked a bunch of different genres of music, and they're just like, this would sound really good when Venom is fighting
we should put
someone.
these together.
yeah.
We really need to do that.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but those are like my initial like big problems with this movie.
Yes. Another big problem I had was it felt very small. Like the first Venom takes place mainly in San Francisco, but it felt like a bigger movie than this.
Yeah.
This one just felt like it was filmed in like the back, like a back studio lot most of the time, or like they just went out into the desert where it was cheap to film. Like it just felt cheap, and like not in a way that I like. You could do a cheaper film, and it can be great. It just felt cheap though, even like from the camera. When there was a moment at the end, and that when they played that Memories song,
Yeah.
and it shows a clip from the first Venom movie when they're in Eddie's apartment, and the color grading and the way that clip looked was way better than the way this movie looked. This movie was like washed out in like such a weird way that I did not like.
I agree.
And also, it's crazy to me that of the Venom trilogy, there are only 3 characters that are in every single one. Well, 2 really. There's Venom, Tom Hardy. There's Venom, Tom Hardy, and then Mrs. Chen. Which Mrs. Chen Army Rise. What a weird place to put a Mrs. Chen cameo. And then also stuff just like happened. Like when Venom was talking about how afraid he was of Null and how he couldn't come out and help out to be Venom. And then Mrs. Chen's like, Venom, do you want to dance? And he's like, well, I'm not being chased by an intergalactic demon. Yeah, I'd be happy to dance. And then the demon instantly finds them. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I
mean, to your point on the small scale, I thought it was crazy how there are these gigantic monsters. First off, one of them hops onto a plane.
Oh, yeah, just jumps on a plane from the ground.
The next one is literally on the top of a building in Vegas.
Yeah,
no one notices.
Yeah.
No one notices. It's just kind of like, oh shit, there's a really big alien on top of that building.
Well, no, see, in Vegas, you're too locked in. You don't notice those things.
It's like the Vegas scene in Percy Jackson.
Yeah, where no one else notices.
No one notices.
That was my Letterboxd review. I said that this entire movie should have been a Percy Jackson montage with Venom and Mrs. Chen in Vegas. It would have been personally, I think it would have been more entertaining if they went that route.
Yeah, I think you could have done. Also, the way they teased a better movie in this, where it was what he wanted to get to New York, that would have been a way better movie. So Charles, so you don't know, at the beginning of the movie, they're like on the run because at the end of Let There Be Carnage, they like think he killed a guy. He didn't, but like anyway, he sees like a Statue of Liberty. He's like, we should go to New York because a prosecutor there, I have blackmail on because of when he was a reporter, and he would help clear our name, and we can become the Lethal Protector in New York. And you're like, that's the movie. That is the one I would like to see. And they never make it to New York, except for the ending when Tom Hardy looks at the Statue of Liberty all sad because Venom is dead. And he's like,
Venom dies?
Oh, no. Yeah, we'll get there. And he's like, my friend is gone. He's like, my friend is gone. And you're like, I just don't care about this now. I could have maybe cared if you guys were in New York. It's just, oh, man. In my headcanon, though, this is still the same universe as Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Wait, so how does he die?
So this was the best part, too. Null needed them alive because if one of them died, like their force dyad basically like breaks apart and like Venom and Null can't use it. So Null sends these like razor sharp teethed beings to go grab them. And all Venom or Eddie Brock have to do is one of them has to die for them to be good. And so by the end, Venom like sacrifices himself so that Eddie can live. In honestly a cool way. Like if that, I don't think that acid exists in real life that like decimated that car, but if it does, that's the coolest thing in the world. And he goes in, like an acid shower and basically like burns away. So then the forest dyad's gone. Also, Chiwetel Ejiofor, as that guy, such a sad death. Oh my god, he like saved the day, but then also had to like grenade himself. It was like crazy. We got like a bunch of different symbiotes at the end of this movie for no reason. I liked the big guy, the one with like the hammer hand, who was like a fat guy. He was great.
He dies.
Then he died. Also, again, the biggest positive in this movie though was the way that those demon things, when like eviscerated people, like the spew of blood at the back of their head was so cool. Like that was the best thing in this whole movie was the spew of blood at the back of their head. They would eat them, and like they had razor teeth that would like spin. And then you would just like a lawnmower. You know, ever seen those like
wood chippers?
The wood chipper. It was literally a wood chipper. Yeah. It was the coolest thing. That was like the best part of this movie.
I immediately thought of like Fargo, like
like
putting the
No. That's man. But yeah, this kind of stuff. Oh, also we got to talk about the family. The Rhys-Ifans family in this. Okay, this man was the Lizard. And you're like, all right, is he gonna maybe be like a different version of the Lizard, a different version of Kirk Connors, or like I don't know something? All they do is talk about the multiverse.
Yeah.
No, he's just a guy with like kids, who wanted to go see Area 51 close, and he's a weird like hippie guy. What a waste of time that character was. He didn't really instill like a lesson onto Eddie. Like the kid kind of did, but not really. Because it was something the lesson already learned in the last movie. It was a real waste of time. Like those people.
To be completely honest, I thought in the car, I do agree that
them singing,
like not even just them singing, but it's just like when he's talking to the kid and he's talking about like whether aliens are real. I'm like, you know what, that's kind of wholesome, you know. But then
just so unnecessary.
As soon as we leave that scene, I'm just kind of like, what does that really do for this movie? Like I'm like, I don't feel like that fits in here. Like I feel like it's totally out of place. Like, I feel like they're just like, well, we needed a really wholesome moment. Let's throw this family in here.
And I guess so.
I just thought, I agree. I thought the whole family thing was just like, they were just like, well, we need him to get to Vegas so he can find Mrs. Chen and they can dance.
Yeah, literally it just felt like we had to get these plot points happening. Like we knew we had to get here. We don't really care what happens in between.
Yeah. I honestly, probably my favorite part, I like the water sequence.
Oh, that was fine. Yeah,
I mean, not that it was mind blowing, but I think out of the rest of this movie, I think
so. Part of that too, though, it felt like there was like movies in this that just didn't go anywhere. Like Eddie kills that lady who's like the army girl.
Yeah,
he's like depressed about it for like 4 minutes, and then he just forgets about it. He's like, "Oh, I killed somebody." It's like, yeah, dude, Venom eats people's heads consistently. Like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah,
I don't get it. But there was a part in this where like Tom Hardy seems depressed that like this is where his life is at. Or I guess Eddie Brock seems depressed where his life's at. And I was like, this is Tom Hardy. Like he could be one of the best actors we have working today, and he just does these Venom movies. I guess he's not anymore, but like his filmography is very funny to me of like what he does. Let me see. I want to do. So he'll do like a movie like, all right, let me scroll down a little bit. So The Dark Knight Rises, which I thought he was great as Bane. Then he does Mad Max, where he's incredible. The Revenant, where he's incredible. Dunkirk, where he's a very small but very impactful role. Then he does Venom. And then Capone, which I don't think was that great. Venom 2. He has the cameo in Spider-Man. But then The Bike Riders from earlier this year, which he's so good in. And then Venom 3. So I don't know what he's doing, but I hope he picks it up a little bit because he's better than this.
He's having a good time, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's it. He's just getting the check.
Or he's just getting his money, you know.
Yeah.
Like with all due respect, like, you know, being in Mad Max is cool and all, and that movie rocks, but I don't think the money's there right now.
Yeah, I want to see what he has coming up.
Unfortunately.
So coming up, he has War Party, a Navy SEAL movie. He has something called Havoc, which is completed. What's this about? A drug deal gone wrong. Oh, sounds pretty interesting. That's a Timothy Olyphant movie. Mad Max: The Wasteland, and then Blood in the Snow. So maybe he's doing some different stuff. Oh, Blood in the Snow, Tom Hardy and Aaron Taylor Johnson. All right.
I'm
Oh,
in.
boy. Yeah, the Sony boys, because we have Kraven the Hunter later this year.
I want to
make a
laugh
prediction
every
about
time
Kraven
I
the
see
Hunter.
that trailer. I just laugh.
I want to make a prediction.
Mhm.
I think Kraven the Hunter is going to be the best of these Sony movies.
I hope so. I really
think
like
it is.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
The trailer, every time I see it, I'm like, this looks decent. It doesn't look great, but it looks decent. Definitely looks better than Venom: The Last Dance. All right, Jack, where do you have it on your year?
All right, gentlemen, the time has come. And how about you say it first? Because mine's like,
all right,
I gotta pull it up.
I have 6 things worse than this year.
Okay.
One will bum Charles out the most. I have this in 38th place for myself.
And Kung Fu Panda's below it.
It is.
Oh, that's fine. Kung Fu Panda stunk.
Yeah. So below this movie, I have Kung Fu Panda 4, Unfrosted, Argyle, Madam Web, Civil War, and Megalopolis. That's and then right above it is Damsel, the Millie Bobby Brown Netflix movie. I also have Roadhouse not too far away. So
mine's very close. I have 5 movies that are below this.
Nice.
It's Mean Girls, Kung Fu Panda 4, the greatest and most purple movie of all time, Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Harold.
Madam Web and Unfrosted.
And then I'll talk about where incoming is, so I can say something. There are 4 below incoming on my list: Argyle, A Family Affair, Megalopolis, and Civil War.
I think I will tell you this. Madam Web looked better than this movie. Like, just from a visual aspect. Madam Web looks better than Venom: The Last Dance.
Yeah, I think it's the very dry dialogue in Madam Web that kind of kills it for me. Not that Venom had the greatest dialogue or the
You
best
mean how her
deliveries
mother
ever.
was killed while she was still a baby in the jungle?
Exactly.
Oh, we also dressed up as Madam Web characters. That would have been great.
That would be great.
All right, that's it though. I got nothing else for you boys. Next week's a big one. Next week it's Lord of the Rings trilogy. We're doing them all. Might have another costume for that one. Hint to the audience. Not gonna spoil anything though. But yeah, next week is gonna be. Oh, also next week's the Agatha season finale. So I'll get to talk about that. But yeah, episode 43 is going to be a banger. Charles, I do want to ask you this though. We're on episode 42. 10 more weeks till we're at a year. I was doing the quick math. Let me double check it real quick. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 weeks puts us at January 6, 2025. I think January 6th will most likely be known forever as the day that we had a year on a podcast. Nothing else. Nope. Neither you got that joke. That's okay. that's okay. No one else got that joke.
No, I got it.
Okay. Okay. I didn't get a reaction. I was hoping something else. All right. I thought it would be a better reaction. All right. There is no release that previous weekend. So, Charles, should that be the weekend we finally do Studio Ghibli for 1 year? I know it's 10 weeks away, so it's not close, but that will give us some time to actually watch like quite a few Studio Ghiblis. Oh, Jack has his hand up. Yes, Jack.
I think that you guys should decide, no matter what it is, because this is a big moment for both of you.
Oh, Jack's saying, all right. We could pick something else. No.
No.
Year. I just think if we're gonna do like Studio Ghibli, this will give us time to watch at least like 4 or 5. Instead of just doing 2.
I'm down. I think we have to. This is where we have to look back on the past year and what was.
I also think there's not going to be a lot of news that week, and there's not going to be a lot of trailers that week because
Jack's cooking. Let him cook.
Yeah, cook.
Because I know we discussed this last week, but I was saying I know how you guys the year before you said these are like your top 5 movies you're looking forward to. We look
Yeah.
back on those 5 movies that you guys had picked.
We do a
and
new
then
draft.
See where we are, and we do a new draft for this upcoming year.
Yeah,
that's
Charles,
that's gonna bum me out.
do you remember
That's
what
gonna
you
bum me out.
picked? Do you remember what you picked?
I
Because I
remember-
looked at it the other day.
I remember 2 of them. I remember 3 of them. Oh god, that's gonna bum me out big time.
Should I tell you the ones you picked real quick? Because Jack and I talked about them last
Now
week.
let's save it. Let's save it.
We talked about it last week already.
I think I can remember them.
What do you think it is?
To be fair, I know Kung Fu Panda was one. I know
Mhm.
Deadpool Wolverine was there. I know Ghostbusters was there. I know Civil War was there, and Argyle was there.
So you know them all.
I guess and boy, was I wrong.
Yeah. That's a shocking list.
That's a
movies
list of all
together.
time. That's
Yeah.
To be fair though, I didn't know like of the ones that are in my top. Like let's see, like the Wild Robot. I was very excited for that when I saw the trailer. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare 2. I was really hyped for that. I don't know.
Which would have been a great choice also. So of our lists right now, only one of yours was good. Of my list, of my list, 2 of them were bad. I'll give you that.
You had Dune, you had Planet of the Apes.
Which were 2, so good. I had Deadpool 3, which was good. And then my 2 bad ones, I had Joker 2 and Megalopolis.
Okay.
So I think we should look back on the year and we'll do our hot takes of the year, things that we were big surprises of 2024, and we'll do our predictions for 2025. So
and then
we should do a draft though, just so only one of us gets Superman, which should be me because I want it, which means someone of you is going to take it. But yeah, all right, that's it. Episode 42 in the books. Venom 3, not great, but if you're a big fan of Venom, I guess go see it. I don't know. I think we're gonna get Venom in the main. We're gonna get Tom Holland is gonna become Venom in like a year, so don't even worry about it. Just skip this one. But yeah, that was a great episode. I feel. I love your costumes, boys. Next week, maybe some more costumes and maybe some more theme. Maybe I'll do like a little themed background or something next week. I don't know. All right, Jack, you are the knight. You're Batman.
Use vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
Hit me. Look at where's Rachel.
All right.
My
Have a good
voice
week,
is so
everybody.
jacked up.
Bye.